What is happening, YouTube? This morning, the Chargers played against the Green Bay Packers. It looked like it was going to be a should be an easy win for the Chargers. It was against Jordan Love. And the Packers, they're kind of like a struggling team. Maybe you could say they're a tanking team. And then we somehow managed to find a way to lose. This is just unbelievable, man. Like Chargers as a team, they're pretty exciting, but the team just could not execute. And I'm sure we all know who fault it is. Just take a look at Jordan's Love passing yards, bruh. This man, like, if I were to just erase the names and I just give you a stats of a person, of just like the stats of, you know, what Jordan Love did today, like, let's say if I just erased Jordan Love's name, you would not have thought that was Jordan Love throwing against the Chargers. You would have assumed it was a all-star quarterback like a Patrick Mahomes, Eli Manning, Tom Brady, but you let this man throw 322 yards, bruh. That is just beyond disgusting. And Justin Herbert, I don't know what else could this man do to at least make the Chargers look like a decent team. Because Justin Herbert, this man is like a world class quarterback. Honestly, just the way how I'm watching Justin Herbert compared to other teams' quarterback, and again, I'm still a beginner football fan. This is my first official season of me actually watching game to game, so I'm still learning the game in general. So end of the day, I just make videos for fun, just to express my opinions and just get some views and all that. Hopefully, you know, channel could be big one day, but end of the day, this is just me having fun. But at the same time, I just like to express my emotions. But bro, Justin Herbert, I don't know what else this man could possibly do to like actually make his team decent. Because this man is literally a perfect quarterback. He throws efficiently. Um, like his throws are perfect. He throws really quick. Even if his O line is failing him, this man somehow manages to find a way to make it work. That's how great this Justin Herbert is. And then not only that, this man was rushing too. He was playing the running back. People credited Lamar for being an all-around versatile player, which is rightfully so. Very good player. And also respect to Lamar Jackson for playing with an injured ankle. But this man, Justin Herbert, he just went full on running back today. If I had to give like a player comparison for Justin Herbert on how he played um, he honestly played like a prime Aaron Rodgers mixed with Christian McCaffrey right now. He literally played like that. That man literally has a run, and he played like a running back, and then they couldn't stop him. They couldn't stop him. He did whatever possible he could, and I don't know any other quarterbacks that could do as good as Justin Herbert if they were playing with the Chargers. You can put Brandon Staley as a coach for any other teams, and I guarantee they would only have two wins, especially if he coached teams like the Eagles or the Cowboys, because this is unbelievable from what I've seen. And I better see Brandon Staley get fired tomorrow, and hopefully he does, so that way I can make a video of me being pretty happy because this is crazy. Like every single quarterback, they look like uh, they play like all stars. Even average quarterbacks like Ryan Tannehill, he went crazy against us. Tyson, I mean, and the only other times when the quarterbacks don't look as good is just because their offensive line pretty much fails them, and then our defense, like players, they just actually somehow manage to step up and they just carry Brandon Staley. But even then, even like the average backup quarterbacks, they look like starters. Even Tyson Bagent against the Bears. I remember when we played against the Bears. You know, looks like we're just beating them like crazy. But even Bagent, he managed to get his ways. But again, it's the Bears. That was a good win. But this is the final straw for Brandon Staley. And of course, there were other things too. Um, a lot of our receivers could have caught the ball. Three people. Parnham, he definitely had a huge blunder. We would have definitely been able to advance and probably at least get a field goal kick or even a touchdown. And then Keenan Allen 2 times. Love you, Keenan, but and also you got to, but also Keenan may have dropped the football a lot today, but you can also give a benefit of doubt that he was playing injured. So if you play with an injured shoulder, that probably could be a factor. So I guess you could give him the benefit of doubt of that. But at the end of the day, you should still try to catch the ball, especially when it could have been a touchdown, could have won the game. Um, Eckler, oh man, this man had so many key. He had one huge key fumbles. And by the way, people try to say Austin Eckler carries Justin Herbert. This is unbelievable. Like there are always some people who tries to find a way to hate on Justin Herbert, saying that the Chargers haven't won anything in the playoffs, so that's why Justin Herbert's overrated. Um, and they say, oh, Eckler carries him just because he gets the touchdowns. No, bruh. No, he got a key fumble that went to the other team, and yeah, it just messes up. Like Eckler, like he could get like some yardage if he's like when he gets quick at times, but other than that, he's not the type who would like run through the defense. He's not like a Derrick Henry type guy. That's the type of running back that the Chargers would definitely need on a team. That like a guy who could like run through like a really beefy defense. Eckler, he's more of a quick type of guy. Like he could be good. He has spurts when he's pretty good, but other than that, he has moments when he's just not good whatsoever. And then he drops a lot of passes too. Like last game against the Lions, first few possessions, drops a lot. Um, but it's unbelievable, and it's not like the Packers was just dominating us. The Packers gave us so many chances. I repeat, so many chances. 2 kicks. The Packers kickers just pretty much missed. It was like it was like like us. I believe they got a touchdown, and then the Packers kicker just missed that, and then another kick that was missed was, I believe, like just a 3-pointer, and then the Packers kicker missed that, and the Chargers still found a way to manage to lose, man. What on earth is going on, man? And then the defense is awful as well too. You just like the Chargers defense, they're leaving so many people open, and the coverage was just not it. Um, but also goes to some of the players. They made like a lot of key like like fouls that caused a flag and which cost us the game. Some of them, I believe it was Michael Davis. I believe couldn't like tackle properly, and then that's how the Green Bay Packers just managed to make an offense. And Asante Samuel Jr. Um, Last season when I started watching the Chargers, Asante Samuels he was pretty good. Last season he makes like a lot of disruptive plays. Um, This season, I feel he kind of regressed. Am I the only one that thinks that? Um, don't get it twisted. He still could be a reliable corner at times, but this season he seems to get burnt more often, in my opinion. And another thing is he made so many key decisions that kind of like messes the team up. Like could have like failed to make one tackle, and then another one that costed us like tremendously. It was a 3-20 towards like the fourth quarter, and I believe he got like a penalty and all that. He kind of like pulled the Derwin James, like was too aggressive and all that, and then that's how pretty much the Packers was able to take advantage and eventually win the game. And It's unbelievable, unbelievable. And then also the guy who drops the key, like a key moment, like like a pass, like Justin Herbert's pass to it was like a key pass, and then could have set the Chargers to get a field goal kick to tie the game at least. Quentin Johnston, and I've been a big Quentin Johnston defender, and I think I will still defend Quentin Johnston because it's still early in his career. It's his first year, and of course, no one is perfect. And it was not only Quentin Johnston that was like a liability. Keenan Allen made two mistakes. He's an all-star and still is. Um, Eckler made a huge mistake. Parham made a huge mistake. So I'm not gonna just throw it all on Quentin Johnston, and just because he could have like had a key moment. Yes, absolutely, it was pretty awful that he dropped one of the passes, but oh boy, now like the thing is, it could have gone either way for Quentin Johnston. Had he dropped the pass, like how he did right now, he is getting flamed. He is getting flamed. People are immediately calling him a bust, and then everybody is going back to the time when, and they were always saying, "Oh, the Chargers should have took Zay Flowers and all that," which is understandable, and then also Jordan Addison as well too, which is again, it's understandable because it is easy to get really mad when you take a prospect over some other prospects that are producing immediately right now, and I totally understand it. And me, since I'm mainly like a basketball channel, and me as a Clippers fans, the Clippers have gazillions of moments when they do something like how Chargers fans were mad about it, and then boy, I'll tell you, it's pretty painful. But my opinion, like of course it may look like a bad pick right now, but I still think there's plenty of time that it could be a turnaround because Quentin Johnson, it's not like he's a very old prospect and all that, and then he's just mediocre. Quentin Johnston, he's more on the younger side, and he has kind of like the upside. He's a big, tall wide receiver. Could be like a Mike Williams prototype. Um, and it's not like he's very old. He's actually like a bit younger. I believe he's born on like 2001, I believe, and that's kind of like that's not too old a for like an NFL prospect. He was a junior. It's not like he was like a super senior and all that. Um, he is a whole year younger than Zay Flowers. So that's another factor that you could also think about. So he has a whole entire year to catch up, and if even Quentin Johnson has like a good like a sophomore year, hey, you never know. Quentin Johnson and Zay Flowers, they could be neck and neck. But I get it. I understand the frustration. But man, had Quentin Johnson just caught that would have been so beautiful to see. And it's not like Quentin Johnson always looked like the worst wide receiver ever. This game, he looked pretty bad. But the other games, he showed some flashes that he could be like decent. Like not even decent. He could be above average, like a pretty good wide receiver that you could rely on, kind of like a Walmart version of a T. Higgins type player. I mean, not T. Higgins. I mean Jamar Chase. My bad. Like a Walmart version. Um, like especially the Bears game, he showed some flashes. He showed some flashes. So I'm not gonna overreact and blame everything on him. But as for Brandon Staley, I cannot say the same, man. I only fully watched the Chargers this year. Watched a little bit last year, but that was just me just watching for fun and all that. Of course, sports you're watching for fun, but but sometimes when you're like in the beginning stage, you don't watch it and always put your analysis and all that. That was me till like this season, but man, I could definitely put a verdict that Brandon Staley is definitely one of the worst. No, not one of the worst. Probably the worst head coaches in any professional sports. If I gotta keep it 100, he makes the most dumbest decisions possible. Um, I think this this takes the crown of the worst plays in sports history. Want to hear it? The first quarter, 2 seconds left. I repeat, 2 seconds left. The Packers, they were not going anywhere. They were not going anywhere. They're gonna just take a knee and then run the clock. What does Brandon Staley do? He blows a timeout. He called a timeout, which gave time for the Packers to advance, and then bam, they just advance, and then eventually Brandon Staley calling the timeout. It caused the Packers to score a touchdown. This is just like amazingly moronic. If I got to keep it 100 with you, um, and then listening to a little bit of his uh, press conference, Brandon Staley, he doesn't seem to take full accountability. He has moments when he's like, "Okay, yeah, it's my fault," and 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 then he then like outweighs it by saying that, "Oh yeah, it's my fault, but we as a team messed up." Like, no, it was 95% on Brandon Staley. Yeah, we could have caught the ball, but no, that was mostly on Brandon Staley. There's no way that a guy like Jordan Love should get more than 300 pass yards. Honestly, he shouldn't be even getting like more than 250 pass yards. If I'm being completely honest with you, it's Jordan Love, man. This was the same guy who struggled against the Raiders with Josh McDaniels as a coach, and a lot of people, they want to give Josh McDaniels the crap, and rightfully so. But and everybody's giving Brandon Staley the crap, but people think Josh McDaniels is worse. I'm sorry, but Staley might take the crown. Um, and again, I don't want to truly bash a player this mercilessly, but I don't know. This is crazy. And to be fair, Brandon Staley, he seems to be a pretty good dude. Um, might be a solid husband. Maybe a solid father. I heard he's a cancer survivor, so that kind of adds in the guilt of me criticizing Brandon Staley. But if it's just that bad, then you got to call it how it is. Um, and but again, I'll try to end it off with a good note of Brandon Staley. I will say that when the media asked like a question about Quentin Johnson and all that, he definitely was defensive and tried to stick up for him, and trying to highlight what he did during the practice and all that. So I guess that's like a brownie point for Brandon Staley. But other than that, I just think it'd be better for Brandon Staley to hand the job over, man, because it's clearly not it. Um, like Patrick Mahomes, he dropped a historic over 400 pass yards, man, and all you had to do was just double Travis Kelce, because the Chiefs, they had no other receivers, because the Chiefs receivers other than Kelce, they dropped the ball like crazy. All you gotta do was double Travis Kelce and all that. But I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think about um, the Chargers. You think is it time that the Chargers are just not going to make the playoffs, or you think miraculously, if the Chargers fire Brandon Staley, maybe the Chargers could make a run and somehow lock in the wild cards and all that? Let me know what you think. Of course, I'm definitely would love to see Staley fired and see what Kellen Moore can do. My opinion on Kellen Moore, I'm not gonna lie. People were having mixed reviews on him. Some people were optimistic on him. Some people, they were saying he's overrated and all that. A lot of Cowboys fans thought he was pretty overrated, rightfully so. Sometimes the offense doesn't. It's still kind of like the same from last year. Like there are moments when it's promising, but Sometimes it's just the same thing how the Chargers looked last year. But hey, the worst case scenario, Kellen Moore's not a good coach, and then you don't hire him either. But the Chargers got nothing to lose by letting Staley go, and I hope Staley gets let go tomorrow because you just allowed Jordan Love to get 300 plus 300s passing yards, man. But anyways, that should tune it. That should definitely end the video. Thank y'all really much for tuning in, and peace.